Another week of Polk Nation. I'm Jim Gazzolo. He's Heath Schroyer. Anything new?
A couple things. How about we
every day it's something new with this guy. Every day you got a mic. Every Saturday, 3 times Saturday I saw you. 3 times you had a microphone in your mouth.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it was a big day on Saturday. Unbelievable day. I know we're going to have David Griffin here on set here in a little bit in the next couple segments, but the opening of the Legacy Center was one of, if not the biggest days for this university in a long time.
Well, what did it mean to you?
Oh,
you were there August 27th.
Yeah.
What did it mean to you?
I mean, I coached the last game in there, and the second year, I mean, I say it all the time. We won 7 games in a row. We had that thing rolling. We were selling it out, and then the hurricanes came. And truth be told, like everything else, everything stopped. The program stopped. This community got brought to its knees, just like that arena. And it was 506 days, Jim, from the hurricane to Saturday when we opened the arena. And we actually officially, had the ribbon cutting ceremony, and now it's forever named the Legacy Center. It was a very, very emotional day for me because I remember walking in and seeing the water that was, up almost to my knee, and then seeing it now and going in there and seeing the people and everything. I mean, it's just symbolic.
But now it doesn't come back as is. There's a whole new kind of direction. You have the naming rights to it.
Right.
You have some changes inside. Your office is going inside.
For sure.
So it kind of shows that it's not just coming back, but you're coming back better.
Oh, no doubt about it. And there's a lot of changes going to happen throughout the year. Next year we'll have courtside seats.
Yeah, you're moving us.
Yeah, moving you out. All the media's going somewhere else. Yeah, well, I'll just get a section for Jim.
That'd be nice.
That'd be nice. Of course.
I could do that.
But
little lunch,
the practice, of course. If you complain any more about the food, hey, I gave you a free beer in the Platinum Club again. I mean, cousins.
This is where, you've given me all these free beers, and I've not once seen your wallet come out. So who are you stealing from to give me a beer?
Hey, but listen, it doesn't matter where I get the beer from. It's free to you.
Yes, it is.
See?
Yes, it is.
But to your point, we're moving all the administrative offices over there. The back side of the arena is going to be all asphalt. We're going to put parking there. The suite holders will have their own place to park. Platinum Club will have their own place to park. And let's be honest. I mean, it's the nicest building on campus for sure, but arguably in Lake Charles.
Well, talking to Chris Grant, who's the new incoming commissioner of Southland, I pointed out to him that it is what the rest of the Southland needs to look at to get to, because it is the best building in the Southland.
No question. No question.
And as you guys come out of this, and we all know you're trying to take it to the next level, but you're going to come out of it with the best arena, with the best baseball facilities, softball facilities, and eventually football facilities in the league. Why are you not considered a place where he could call home and move it here? And I asked him that.
For the league office
itself, yeah.
It's a great question. What was his answer?
He said everything in time. Everything in time.
I would love that. I would love the league to move to a central location. Obviously, we are the most central location. But it was great to, honestly, and I was so appreciative of Chris coming down and actually being on campus and being at the ribbon cutting ceremony. But back to your point, that building is coming back, but it's going to be bigger and better and nicer than before.
And you're going to have a weight room in there.
We are. Yep, we're in the process of that right now. We're going to put a weight room, a performance center in there for men's and women's basketball and volleyball. So really, those sports, everything they do is going to be right there. It's going to be phenomenal.
No, it was just such a different feel.
Wasn't it, though?
Than Burton. And I don't want to crumb on Burton because I've crumbed on Burton over the years and that. I actually enjoyed the rec center for a day, but it was just such a different feeling that you saw the players play harder. Maybe not better, but harder. Did you like the intensity of the day?
I did. And the thing is, Jim, is like, and the Burton, I mean, Jason, those guys, they bailed us out. But when you're on campus and you're in the Legacy Center, and the smell, the lighting, the music, it's a real job. You know, I said this on air, and I said it on record. Up until Saturday, from the 504 days, it was if not the worst, one of the worst basketball jobs in the country, because you had nowhere to go. You had no offices. You were practicing in a church, a rec center, Burton here and there, and you were on the road all the time. You never got a home court advantage. It was really, really hard.
That was a tough job.
And then flip it over, and now you have, you know, and going forward, one of the best low to mid-major jobs in the country.
Yeah, and a place where you can recruit.
100%. And don't forget, after this year, the NCAA tournament berth goes through the Legacy Center.
Yeah. When we come back on Polk Nation, we'll meet the man who brought the Legacy to life. Right after this.
Welcome back to Polk Nation. It is an honor to have Mr. David Griffin back on the studio to Polk Nation.
Thank you.
Good to see you, man.
Thank you. It's good to be back. It's been a few months.
I know.
Had a lot going on in the past few months.
When you come here, it takes a couple months to get past Darth Vader. You know, I mean, I'm telling you, it takes a little bit of time.
Don't let him beat you up.
What negative have I done to you?
We don't have enough time on the show. All right, let's get. All right. So, Saturday.
Yes.
Was a huge day.
Huge.
The official opening, and the official naming of the Legacy Center, right, which you and your wife Kimberly made happen. What did that day mean to you and to your family?
I think it's symbolic for a community coming back together, a community that's been through so much in the past 2 years between, you know, COVID and hurricanes and floods and storms, and it's just a positive day. A lot of high energy. Hey, you know, it was great to see the student section so involved.
It was great, wasn't it?
It was great to see the turnout for the games. I think we were over half capacity, which for the first game back, I think that was pretty good. So just a lot of positives. And I think this community needs that right now. So.
It does. And it's funny because when we opened the building and I brought you up, I said that. It was 506 days, Jim. When we opened that arena Saturday, it was 506 days since Hurricane Laura. And I remember walking in there and seeing that arena, and it was really, to David's point, it was symbolic. That arena got brought to its knees like this community. Yeah. And the rebirth and the rebuilding shows a lot of grit, the determination, the perseverance, and the people of this community like him. Right. And but it's fabulous. I mean, the pictures are so cool of you and the kids and Kimberly. They're going to go all over my office. It's awesome. It's going to be great.
You know, you touched on that moment when you walked in for the first time and saw the damage.
Yeah.
I think everybody in Southwest Louisiana remembers that moment.
For sure.
When they got to their home, when they got to that place of importance to them, and they saw the damage. And I think for most of us, that was what we'll always call a low point in life.
It was, and I'll tell you, it's funny, but that moment for me, it was very similar to you, I think, because we've talked about it before, but that moment was when I, like, literally planted all my roots and said, we've got to get this done, and I fell in love with this community again, all over again, because of just the perseverance and how we all came together. There was 18 days, we had we all know, no power, no electricity, nothing. And it's just neighbor helping neighbor. It's something that I'll never forget.
No, it's an amazing thing because I said the same thing to you. I really didn't feel, I was here 9 years, I didn't feel connected until that moment. But what I want to know is, as you saw that, what's the difference now? Because before you didn't have naming rights, you didn't have, the changes are also the amazing thing to me is it's not coming back, it's a completely different comeback.
Right.
We have naming rights, we have more talk of aggressiveness in the future and that. What does that mean to you to be a part of what the future is going to become?
I think we can all agree that as we age, we realize that you have defining moments, defining days in your life. You know, and you only get 5 or 10 of them in your entire life, but it defines how you redo things. And I heard Dr. Burkell, and I heard Heath, and I heard all the coaches, and it was true for Kim and I in our home. I don't want what was here. If we've got to go through this, I want bigger, I want better, I want more efficient, I want more prosperous. I want Lake Charles to be better because of the struggle that they've been through than what they were. You know, let's not waste the struggle. Let's not waste the heartache. And so to see them come back and rebuild bigger and better, and it's not just the facilities. A lot of coaching changes, a lot you know, and just
a lot of coaching changes,
a lot, you know. But I just think that it's just one more step in that redefining process. And I think McNeese's best days are ahead of them. I really do. I really firmly believe that.
Well, you know, what's the old saying? You can't let a crisis or, you know, go to waste, right?
That's right.
I mean, and I remember sitting in those meetings the first time, and Dr. Burkell and Wade and you know, we all sat around and said, okay, this, as bad as this is, and this is going to be a really, really hard 3-4 years here probably.
Right.
But this is an unbelievable opportunity.
That's right.
Because we can, to your point, we can build things bigger and better, and let's do this to position ourselves not only for right now, but a decade from now.
That's right.
Where are we going to be as an athletic department, as a university, a decade from now? But honestly, the foresight that you had, but more importantly, the commitment that you and Kimberly had, you know, when that thing was still under construction. I mean, it was, I mean, there was no floor in there.
No, you made an investment in something that hadn't been built yet.
Well, so here's the thing is, we talk about who is McNeese. McNeese is not the buildings. And you know this, McNeese is the people.
Right.
From the top down, and I love Dr. Burkell's perspective. Everybody on that campus is important to him. The first day that he took over, I remember him saying some of his first meetings were the ground crews. To me, this is the ground crew to the president.
That's right.
You know, it is the people of McNeese, it is the people of Southwest Louisiana. You know, that's who we invested in. Because the leadership is there, the vision is there, the buildings will come back.
And it's an opportunity. What I was surprised is how many people didn't cut and run. When there's an opportunity, there's a lot of opportunity out there in the country right now, they didn't cut and run. So when we come back on Polk Nation, we're going to hear a little bit more about the Legacy Center and just what it means right after this. We're back with David Griffin from the Legacy Center. And what pride did you have seeing it go up and redone? And did you used to go by and look at it all the time?
Well, we live last side of town, so we drive by every day. And I've watched the panels go up. I was always curious what was going on inside. That was kind of like the secret, like you couldn't get in, you couldn't get through the fence. Yeah. But no, it's just a huge sense of pride for the community to see something being rebuilt. You know, to see progress being made. So that's what it was for us.
But for you personally to see it, what kind of pride do you get out of it?
It's more of an excitement. We really, and people here say this, and I think some people are confused, like we consider it a privilege to get to be a part of what McNeese is doing. And so it's more of an excitement and more of just a joy and an honor. That's how we feel about it. You know, I'm proud of our community. I'm proud of our school. I'm proud of our administration. I'm really proud of the athletes who have just gone through so much, and especially the ones who have stuck around. You know, I'm proud of these people. I'm proud of the stance that they've taken and just the progress that they're making, you know, personally, professionally, athletically. I love to see progress. In business and school and communities, I love to see progress.
What made you decide to take this step now? Because I think I asked you before, so many other things going on in the town.
Yeah.
Why McNeese?
It's important that people understand it's not just McNeese. I think this is the most public thing that we're doing. We'd gotten to be good friends with a lot of the administration, with Heath and Dr. Raquel and Dr. Roos, and just as we've always had conversations, hey, how do we best serve McNeese? You know, as community members, but also as business owners, how do you best serve McNeese? And there was always a, hey, just hold off. We'll have that discussion down the road. We'll have that discussion down the road. When Laura hit, we had that discussion. And we had positioned ourselves to be able to make this move. And then through the conversations that we had, just determined this is probably the best time to make it. You know, because there were a lot of businesses and a lot of investors, I say investors, a lot of sponsors who, because of Laura and COVID, were not in the position that they once were to support McNeese. And so we stepped in.
For sure. And I will tell you this, Jim. It's all about student engagement.
Yes.
Student engagement drives enrollment. Okay? Yeah. So how do you get student engagement? It's through athletics.
Yes.
It is the #1 marketing tool of a university is your athletic program. And that's what David and I and Kimberly talked about when we talked about this, is how do we get more students here? How do we get McNeese to grow from enrollment? It has to start with your athletic program and your student engagement. That's why we had the Friday night block parties that David helped with and Lake Charles Toyota. I mean, but if you don't do those things and create student engagement, what stops someone from Barb High School from going to Northwestern? Or going to Nichols, or going to Lamar, or what have you. You have to get them here. Well, the way you get them here is through student engagement, and that is athletics. I mean, we talk about it all the time, Jim, but University of Alabama's enrollment is through the roof. Now, with all due respect to their engineering program, it's not because of that. It's because they all want to be part of Roll Tide, right? The same thing. You wait and see what Georgia, what their enrollment's. It's just that's the world we live in, and so when you invest in athletics, you're really investing in the university and the community, because that's the front porch of the university.
That's right.
No, I agree totally. I mean, I've been behind that since I got here. The thing I want to ask you guys is how do you get kids from outside the area interested in McNeese, though? Because you're going to lose so many kids because they want to go away, they want to do these things. How do you get kids in here right now? And how much do you think places like the Legacy Center will draw them there because it's new, because it's nice, because it's a symbol of what's going on?
Right. Spent 8 years in college. Way too long, but you can talk about your college experience all day long, and I think that's a huge part of it. Is students want to ask, hey, what is my college experience? Yes, I'm going to get a quality education. Yes, I'm going to, an accredited university that's established, that has a national name. Aside from that, what else is in the college experience? I think that goes from anything from dining to game day experiences to just what is here. And so what we thought we could help contribute to, especially, was the weekend and game day experiences. You talked about the tailgate show with the Tarvers. Thank you to the Tarvers for that. What's it like to be a student here? And if you're not engaged, why not? And then we come in and say, hey, as administration, as supporters, what can we do to help you have a better experience? And those are the questions that Dr. Burkell and Dr. Roos and Heath were asking.
The thing that's interesting is so much is about football in the South. Why did you go away from football? You went to the Legacy Center to basketball, which is not a high priority in this community usually.
Nothing else was for sale at the time. At the time. So no. So yes, I do love football. That's the only sport I was ever any good at. There's a lot of excitement in basketball. There's a lot of TV money in basketball. Financially, it's a good move for the university. Yes, as opportunities come with football and baseball and other sports, yes, we are on board with finding ways to support them as well.
So what do you think when you saw that we brought all these tournaments, like speaking of the men's and women's tournament coming here, so now you're going to have linear ESPN broadcasting from the Legacy Center for the next 4 years. When you saw that, what did you think?
I'd rather be lucky all day long, and I feel like Kim and I became the luckiest investors because all of a sudden that contribution just got 4 years of tournament play.
No question.
And I've actually had a couple business owners say, hey, dude, you were incredibly lucky. And so exciting. But it goes back to, we're excited for the university. I'm excited for the economic impact that it's going to have in Southwest Louisiana. I think you did a phenomenal job with that. I know that there are other people involved, but I think you really led that charge and really thought through that process of, hey, how do we best benefit McNeese here, now, and long term?
For sure.
But also, the win truly was for Southwest Louisiana. How do we benefit Southwest Louisiana? And kudos to you for making those moves.
God.
Yeah. I know you had a lot of people in your ear.
For sure.
I know you did. A lot of text. Hey, where we at? Hey, what's going on? And
especially from this guy.
Yeah. So.
We'll be back with the Heath Schwer Love Fest after this. We're back on Polk Nation, and energy is your word. He brings energy.
Yeah.
Now what are you going to do with it?
Hopefully we can rub off on you a little bit. Hopefully we can rub off on you a little bit.
What energy do I not bring?
Here we go. Come on. No,
I see the ugly. I see the sausage being made.
The great, if you can't.
My job is to bring things down.
Darth Vader. But honestly, though, if you can't feel his compassion, his passion for this community.
For a school he didn't go to.
No question about it. And him and his wife, Kimberly, are truly, and I said this at the ribbon cutting ceremony, are truly leaving a legacy and creating a legacy in this community that will be felt for a long, long time. And they really are. They're changing this community.
Did you mention me in your speech?
I didn't. I didn't. But really, just an unbelievable guy and great family and what I mean. Him and Kimberly are just phenomenal.
Well, let's talk about the basketball game real quick.
Okay.
An exciting ending. Not always great. How many technicals would you have got in that atmosphere? Because you couldn't have stayed in that box.
I don't know. I would tell you this, though. The one thing, and I told Coach Aiken this before the game on, I think it was Tuesday, I said, There's going to be a lot of festivities. There's going to be a lot of emotion. I said, you're going to get Houston Baptist absolute best game.
You're going to get everybody's best in that building.
Right. I said, don't forget to coach.
That's what people don't understand is it's a building that you're going to do better in because of the energy. But it's the only time they're going to see that energy, those coming in.
No doubt. I mean, I said that.
They're going to want to play there.
When I coached there, I would tell our team, I said, guys, listen, this is the best arena in the league, and it's not even close. So when you come in here, or when you're an opponent, this is a real environment. And so
you're going to feel like it's,
no question, you're going to get everyone's best shot in here.
And you put a target on their back by saying we're going to have the championships come through here.
But let me tell you this. What's going to be great is when we host these tournaments and we make a run, we get to the semi, that place is going to be absolutely electric.
And you got a volleyball coach now.
We did. Love Sasha. Great.
What's her last name?
Oh, don't put me on the spot. I don't want to butcher it. But I will tell you this. I'm so excited about her. And hopefully we can have her on here next week. But
you better learn how to pronounce her name by then.
I know how to pronounce. I just don't want to butcher it. But honestly, it was a very coveted job because of the facility.
And they've built up. They had a good year.
They did. But she's young. But I truly believe the research I've done that I think she's one of the best young coaches in the country. I think she's going to be phenomenal here. She's a great personality. She's electric. She's energy. I think she'll relate really well to the girls. She'll do a great job in this community. She went to Duke, married a baseball player from Duke. Actually grew up.
Never go wrong marrying a college baseball player.
Yeah,
that's my opinion.
You know, but here's what's funny though is. And we'll learn a lot. Polk Nation will learn a lot about her here, hopefully next week. But she's just, I mean, the energy she has and the passion to coach volleyball, and I think 100% she'll take this thing to the next step.
And when did they get in their arena? Next year?
Yeah, it'll probably be late spring. They're redoing the practice facility now in her arena, but it'll be late spring.
Yeah, I thought that was fascinating that I could watch a basketball game on one side and see a guy down laying the court down and laying
Isn't that great?
Well, I mean, that's what the town is right
That's
now.
what it is. Exactly right.
That's exactly what the town is. I thought that was, I know you don't read the paper, but I made mention of that today in the paper.
I don't read the paper.
No, you don't. You just spell the words out on your speech. Well, it was a big win for you guys.
It was huge.
Now you got to get it to where you win some basketball games.
Got to win, baby.
Because that's what it's all about. Is winning brings. But next home game, next series, a week from Sunday, you're on ESPNU.
ESPN Linear is going to be on this campus.
That's an opportunity now. You got to sell that one.
No doubt about it.
You want to do your tickets?
They're on sale, but they're going fast. You better get them.
Can I have one?
I can find one for you. There's a seat way up high for you.
Yeah, I always do.
We'll call that the gym seat.
We'll see you next week on Polk Nation.